Welcome to House Edge. Before we start the episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe here on YouTube. And check us out on Twitter, TikTok, and Discord at House Edge Bet. Links down below. Enjoy the show.
All right, guys, welcome back to House Edge. This is our NFL Week 6 show, College Football Week 7. How you doing, Bert?
Doing good. I mean, our bets weren't looking that good from last week. That was the roughest week for House Edge so far. That was my first losing week.
Yeah. Very rough week. We have both parlays missed. I missed the plus 1,000 on one leg for the third week in a row. It's getting kind of ridiculous out here.
Yeah. I hit in the NFL the money line, the Frisky 14. I only hit 5 out of 14, so that should tell you something about how last week went. That's pathetic numbers.
Yeah. But we live.
We live. We go on and we keep placing bets. Let's talk about what happened last week in college. Miami U doesn't take a knee with 42. Was that before they kicked the field goal? Is that?
I don't even think I don't know. I'm not even sure if they kicked the field goal or not. But they could have ended the game right there, took a knee, and walk off the field. Like, why are you giving them the ball back? Just the most ridiculous thing.
Yeah, that's just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
what are they doing? Texas loses at home to Oklahoma. Red River is red. It's not orange.
Yeah, that was a really bit of a shocker. Oklahoma looked ready to play, and Texas.
Oh yeah,
just wasn't matching the tempo.
Oklahoma just looked better.
Yeah, they did look better. I think they'll meet again,
and
I think Texas will show up on the next go. I still have them in my top 4 teams to go to the college for.
In the Big 12 championship, right?
Yeah,
that's the only other place.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the standings. West Virginia is the only other undefeated team right now. They'll definitely catch some L's. Yeah, not worried about that. Yeah, the rest of the conference is so bad. Iowa State, Kansas are the next 2 best teams.
Yeah, and Oklahoma caught Texas on a bad day.
Yeah. They'll come back. They'll learn from this. They'll be hungry. I think it's actually better that they lost this if they're going to play 2 times in a season.
Yeah, it's very hard to beat someone twice.
Exactly. Yep. Moving on to the NFL early morning game, Jags. I mean, they just win in London. At least this year, they just win.
And the Bills look flat. I think the flight affected them.
I think you're right. Yeah. I found out that they got there like the night before the game. I don't understand why you would do that. Why are you not flying out right after your game last week?
Yeah, maybe they couldn't. Maybe they wanted to be at their facility. Maybe they couldn't get any connections with a soccer team, but there's so many soccer teams in London. You would think they could rent
anybody
a facility for a week.
You're the Buffalo Bills.
But yeah, they got in 30 hours before game kickoff, so that's gonna have you really groggy.
Yeah, that's not gonna feel good, and it didn't look good either. Yeah, we got the 49ers. What was that? Was that the Sunday night game? Just absolutely demolishing them, man. Like
the Cowboys just don't have it in them to play good on the big moments.
That's what I'm learning. We can't bet on them in the big games.
Yeah,
bet on them against the bottom feeders. Like, yeah, they'll beat the Patriots by 30 for sure. So will the Saints.
They're definitely like a top 5 team in the league. But at the playoff team, they'll probably be the worst playoff team.
Yeah. I mean, whoever they play, they're just going to lose to like they have in the past. Nothing's changed, unfortunately. Yeah, speaking of the Patriots, they lay an egg at home, getting boos from the crowd. Like, I honestly never thought I'd see the Patriots drop to this level. It's so bad. They look like the worst team.
Yeah, the team that was, the golden team of the last decade and a half is just terrible. They're looking like the Browns out there.
Yeah, they're looking like the old Browns. That's absolutely shocking. The Ravens in the fourth quarter, man, losing your bet too. Were they up 10 in the fourth quarter?
They were up. If the score was 10-3 for like 3 quarters.
Yeah.
There's no offense. Like both defenses playing well. Well, I wouldn't even say the Steelers defense was playing well. The Ravens offense was just playing so sloppy. We have I counted at least 2 wide open touchdown passes. Like you just walk in if you catch the ball. That got dropped. Like
Man. They need some receivers on that team. I mean, they drafted Zay Flowers, but he can only do so much. You need some veterans on that team.
that's what Odell's supposed to be out here to do.
Yeah,
And
he's
he's out getting
constantly
lost
hurt.
on the goal.
Sad. But yeah, moving on. Eagles and 49ers are the 2 remaining undefeated teams. Rob, who catches the first L?
I think that Eagles will be the last undefeated team. But it's really hard to pick out when either team would get that loss, right? You look at the Eagles schedule.
Yeah, they got.
Maybe they'll lose to the Chiefs. So that's like.
I could see them losing to the Dolphins too in 2 weeks.
I don't think the Dolphins have the grit on their team for what the Eagles are about to bring.
That's fair.
I don't think the finesse will work against the Eagles.
That's fair. But I don't see the 49ers losing to the Browns, the Vikings, the Bengals, maybe the Jaguars in Jacksonville. But I mean, I don't see them losing at all. I could see them winning every game this season, for real, until they play the Eagles. Maybe that's where one team catches an L.
Yeah, but if the Eagles can pass the Chiefs, I think we probably could have an undefeated game.
Dude, this stretch right here from the Eagles, Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills, Eagles, Cowboys, they're going to lose 1 to 2 games minimum.
They're not losing to the Cowboys.
They might not lose to the Cowboys, but I could see them losing to Chiefs, Bills, and 49ers. 2 out of 3 for sure.
Maybe they'll definitely be tough games. It'll be on the road against the Chiefs. That Chiefs game is what really scares me because they're out.
And then there's the at Commanders game. They only beat them by 3 in overtime at home.
They'll beat the Commanders again, but again, there's 2. That's also it's hard to beat a second team twice.
Yep.
My guess is going to be with the schedule. Now looking at it, I would say the Eagles will be the first team to grab a loss, and 49ers will be undefeated.
I think so too.
That Chiefs game is a worry.
Yep. I just don't see the 49ers losing to any of these teams before they play the Eagles.
I mean, I hope they both win out and we get an undefeated game. Just bring more hype to what should probably be the best game of the year.
Oh, for sure. Those are the 2 best teams. Hands down. Yeah. The AFC is disappointed this year. There's no dominant team. There's inconsistencies throughout.
Yeah. Chiefs are sitting up at the top of that division or conference. Maybe the Bengals, maybe after this week, we can say they had 2 good weeks in a row and they're back on track to being what we thought they were going to be.
2 good weeks. They weren't in a row. They had they lost last week terribly to, who was it? The Titans. They lost 27-3, brother.
No, I'm saying they play good this week.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
still an if.
The good part is the Pittsburgh Steelers beating the Ravens this week made it so that everybody in the division is either 3-2 or 2-3. So it's up for grabs. There's still a lot of football.
During that game, they were saying that the Ravens would have swept the AFC North away if they could have won that game against Steelers. And that would have been a big advantage for them in that division. Get all your away games out of the way. But can't close out games.
Can't do it. With an athlete like Lamar, it doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, going on to our records from last week. Again, not a good week. You went 3-4 in NFL. I went 2-3. You went 0-3 in college. I went 1-3. Better picks this week. Hopefully, I feel a lot more confident about this slate.
That might be a jinx. Last time you said we got 5-0 card. Just kidding, man. Just kidding.
Oh no.
Just watch and wait a week.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to the NFL, right?
Yeah, so the first play we got here is a common play of the week for NFL. We have the Bears. Well, it's a sort of common play. Burke is taking the Bears at +2.5, and I'm going to take the Bears straight up on the money line for +124.
I'm also taking the money line.
Oh, you're also going to take the money line.
I'm going to take both, yep.
Nice. Yeah, and I think this is a good play straight up because the Vikings lose JJ to their offense. I think it's going to really impact Kirk Cousins. We're going to see a lot of old habits from him as he try to manufacture plays when he's clearly a system manager.
Yeah, JJ going down is just absolutely tragic for this offense, and I think his injury is going to turn a lot into like that Joe Mixon foot injury from a couple of years back where he just basically got sidelined for the entire year, right? Where they kept saying he's going to come back. I feel like that's what's going to happen with JJ. They're going to tank and probably pick up Caleb Williams as the first pick.
Yeah. Depending on how they do the next couple of weeks, the whole Vikings organization could just call the season a wrap.
I think they might trade Kirk Cousins soon to a team that needs a quarterback that has a chance. Jets. Remember I said this a few weeks ago. The Jets need to pick up Kirk Cousins. He is better than Zach Wilson for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no doubt in my mind.
They could grab any of the other 31 starting quarterbacks in the league and get enough.
Yeah, he is number 32. That's kind of sad. But yeah, the Bears.
Honestly, maybe 33. I think Andy Dalton might be better than Zach Wilson at this point.
Yeah, I think he is. Gardner Minshew is also better than Zach Wilson, so he's 34. But yeah, the Bears also on the other side of this are looking a lot better recently. They absolutely destroyed the Commanders. Fields is second in the league in passing touchdowns. I mean, they're doing what we said that they were going to do the last couple weeks. It hasn't been for a full game except for last week. So
yeah,
I mean,
they really get up to second in touchdowns off that 1 week.
Yeah. DJ Moore on my bench last week.
Oh man, I started DJ Moore. It's nice, 52 points.
Yeah, if I put DJ Moore in and Christian Watson over Romeo Doubs, I would have won my matchup. I lost by 50. But if I made those two changes, I would have won. Tragic. Absolutely tragic. But yeah, that's the way she goes. Bears plus 2.5 money line. Just play the Bears.
Yeah.
That's the play. My first pick outside of that is the 49ers, 5.5 point favorites against the Browns. I mean, this team has shown us that they can beat anyone handily. I think the Cowboys defense is pretty similar to the Browns defense, right? I would say those are the two defenses that are the most similar in the league. If you had to, I wouldn't say the most similar. If you just had to compare a defense to the Cowboys, yeah. And they just hung 42 on the Cowboys, right? I think Dak Prescott is better than Deshaun Watson. So I could see him beating the Browns by 30 as well.
I never thought about that. Is Dak better?
I think he's better than Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson post allegations since he's came back. Before, I think Deshaun Watson was better.
Oh yeah, obviously before it's clear, but right now, would you rather have Dak?
I'd rather have. Oh man, that is a really bad choice.
That's pretty even.
I think it's Dak. I'd take Dak over Deshaun.
I might lean Deshaun. I think Deshaun's he's a little bit more of a dual threat than
Yeah,
Dak.
you're right about that. But I think Dak has a better arm
But that
when
arm
throwing
throws
to
so many
defenders.
picks.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, this Browns defense also getting their biggest test of the year with this 49ers offense. I mean, Christian McCaffrey can run through anyone, it seems. So 49ers, 5.5 points, I don't think is enough. They'll win this by a touchdown or more.
I mean, George Kittle's out here giving us the go ahead to just bet Christian McCaffrey touchdown all year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bet it every week.
Anytime touchdown every single week. It'll cash. That's crazy. Yeah. Moving on, my next pick, another favorite. Dolphins, 13.5 point favorites against the Panthers. I mean, today I was seeing on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, the coach wanted CJ, but the owner decided to go with Bryce Young. I don't know if
Really?
that rumor is true, but the coach was the coach talked to CJ as if like he was coming to the team, and then on draft night they went with Bryce Young.
Yeah, I guess the owner has a final say in that, but I mean, yeah, coaches are temporary. He could bring in a new coach to coach his guy.
In hindsight, what do you do? We're 5 weeks in. Would you have taken CJ or Bryce? Because I would have taken CJ.
Yeah, 5 weeks in, but a quarterback draft spot we got to look more than 5 weeks. So
Yeah.
we got to give them both. We got to both give them like a year and a half. Both give them a year and a half.
Yeah,
See where
but
they're at.
the Panthers, I mean, they don't look good on any side of the ball, right? They got absolutely destroyed by the Lions, and I think the Dolphins are just as good as the Lions, if not better, right? So 13.5, not enough. They're going to torch that defense. Panthers are one of the worst defenses in the league, especially against the pass.
Yeah, I like this. I like this play. I think the Dolphins' offense is going to put up too many points for the Panthers to match. Yeah.
Yep. Easy peasy, 2 favorites so far. And third, I have my last 2 plays are both over unders. Over in the Cowboys Chargers game. That's just, I'm playing the Cowboys defense just let up 42 to San Francisco. I know the Chargers aren't as efficient. They're not San Francisco. They're not as efficient, but I could see the Chargers putting 30 points up on this defense. Justin Herbert's a good quarterback.
30? I like the play. I didn't see the Chargers being the bulk share of those points. I think the Cowboys.
I think they could both put up 30.
Yeah,
have a 60-point game.
It's definitely a game where some points can come on the board. I like the play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then on the other side, Patriots Raiders, just 2 dog shit offenses. There's no other way to put it. The Patriots put up 0 points last week. The Raiders, I'm going to look at how many points they've put up so far this season in contests. I'm going to read them out loud. 17, 10, 18, 17, 17. So until they can prove to me that they can score 20 points, I'm going to bet their unders as long as it's above 40. It's as simple as that. And the Patriots are going to lose this game too, right? So
yeah, the Patriots are losing this game.
Easy play for me.
Yeah, haven't seen much life out of the Patriots offense in a while. The
They're
Patriots
dead in the water.
They have to scrap that team. They have to start over. I don't know if I'm not willing to go that Bill Belichick was just Tom Brady, but this team that he has created after Tom Brady definitely isn't it. Like,
they need some serious weapons on offense. They need to stop employing janitors at the wide receiver position and have somebody other than Mac Jones throwing the football, because he's not him. Simply, he's not him. He's like when AJ McCarron came in for Andy Dalton that one season. That's my comparison to Mac Jones.
Solid.
That's my. I mean, they both went to Alabama. They both kind of look alike too.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely got a boost from being the third guy out of a consecutive Tua, Jalen Hurts. What was the other Alabama cornerback? I'm missing one. But yeah, just the Alabama Shield.
Wasn't it AJ McCarron?
Yeah.
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 I mean, we saw how they panned out in the NFL. Both are going to be backups, lifetime backups, which is not a bad job. I'd love to be a backup quarterback.
Oh yeah. How much are they probably making? At least $5 million.
Yeah, they're making in the millions, and they're just
hold
cheerleaders.
that clipboard.
Yeah. All right, who you have, Rob, this week?
Yeah, so I'll go over to my picks. My first play, I have the Commanders on the money line versus the Falcons. I think we have two teams that are close in stature, and then I'm just going to take the Commanders with the better defense. But you told me you had an interesting stat about this one.
So where's this game?
This is in. Oh, are you going with the Desmond Ridder hasn't lost a game at home since college?
No, he hasn't lost a game at home since high school, brother. He was 26-0 at home at Cincinnati, and he's 5-0 in Atlanta. I am not betting against him. The guy has not lost since he hit puberty at home.
Well, it's a first time for everything.
I mean, there is. My money won't be on it. I'm going with the consistency. I'm taking the Falcons straight up in this game, and I'm not playing it as a straight, but I'm not that confident in it. But I'm putting it in the Frisky 15.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw that too. But yeah, I think this is where it ends.
That stat just blew my mind, man.
It is crazy. Like, if that man gets to sleep in his own bed, he gonna win the game.
I think that's what it comes down to. Like, did he get his home cooked meal? Did he have his good breakfast at home before the game? Yes. Win. No. Loss.
It's a formula. Formula can get beat today.
We'll see.
Next play I got is the Jags -4.5 versus the Colts. Now this one I am going to take a similar trend. The Colts do not travel to Jacksonville. We cannot beat the Jaguars in Jacksonville. The last starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts to beat the Jaguars at home was Andrew Luck in 2014.
It's been 10 years. They play him every year. Yeah.
I think this trend is going to hold with Gardner Minshew at quarterback this week.
Yeah.
Played well last week, but not against Trevor.
Dude, can I say something? Gardner Minshew isn't really that much of a downgrade from Anthony Richardson where we stand today. Like, Anthony Richardson brings the run game that Gardner obviously doesn't have, but
that's a lot of game.
I think they can throw pretty similarly.
I don't think as a offensive play caller you have the same confidence in play calls with Gardner Minshew as you do in Anthony Richardson.
That's fair.
Even at this stage.
I can agree with that, yeah. I like this pick. I mean, if you force me to bet this game, I would also bet the Jaguars -4.5. I just Minshew mania, man. You don't know what that guy's gonna get up to. You don't know what that mustache is gonna do.
He has been playing phenomenal. I will say that.
Yeah.
I thought, Gardner Minshew's coming in. This is gonna be brutal.
Colts look good, man.
We've been looking good.
Colts look good.
I'm not trying to get too high, but we've been looking good.
Who'd you guys play last week? Why am I blanking right now?
We played the Titans.
Didn't Naheem Hines how many touchdowns?
Zach Moss had
Zach Moss, sorry. Yeah. Oh my god, I saw he put up like 50 points.
Get Jonathan Taylor back.
Yeah. Right? He's like, sit on the bench, brother. I got this.
You rest up a little. We'll use you next week.
Yeah.
We don't need you to try to get this first win in Jacksonville.
For real.
Yeah. Moving on, I got the Chiefs in a Broncos game. I'm going to go over 47.5. This line made a massive move. I saw on Monday it was at 51, and I was thinking about it then. I said 47? Lock that in.
Yeah.
The Broncos. Yeah, it's crazy. The Broncos D has allowed 36.2 points per game. So to the average NFL team. So I got Patrick Mahomes. I'm getting at least 40. Can the Broncos give me a touchdown and a field goal? I think so.
Yeah, Broncos country, let's ride, brother.
That's
I
right.
mean, they look like one of the most pathetic teams. Nothing changed going from Nathaniel Hackett to Sean Payton. Absolutely nothing changed.
No, a lot changed. They are a lot worse. They have regressed.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, nothing changed in terms of them winning more games. They're not winning more games. They look atrocious. It's so bad. They just got kind of destroyed by Zach Wilson and the Jets. They let up 31 points to Zach Wilson and the Jets
Zach
offense.
Wilson. Yeah, Zach Wilson came in there and got 31.
You don't think
They
Patty
went home.
Mahomes can put up one more touchdown? Yeah,
Like-
I'm tailing you on this one for sure.
What's going on here?
Yeah, 36.2 points per game. That's historically bad defense.
Dolphins put up 70. Does Mahomes get 50 at least? Like, can I cover just the Chiefs alone?
Yeah, the Los Angeles oh no. I'm trying to find most points allowed per game. I mean, by far this year it's the Broncos. I'm trying to find
Yeah,
all
Broncos.
time.
Oh, all time.
Here we go. The Colts.
Oh,
The
Not the Colts
Baltimore
catching
Colts.
strays.
The Baltimore
Oh, they're in
Colts
Baltimore,
allowed
it's okay.
38.5, right? And then the next highest is the Brickley Giants at 36. So the Broncos are worse than the Brickley Giants. That is incredible.
I've never heard that name before.
I haven't either.
Where's Brickley?
The worst team, actually, the worst team, number one, they only played one game. The Tonawanda Cardex. They allowed 45 points.
Are you pranking me right now? What are these
I'm
names?
not, dude. These are some old teams. The Brickley Giants also only played 2 games. Then the Dallas Texans are next on the list at 35.6. New York Yanks played 36 games apparently. These were so long ago. So the first team that actually makes sense on here is the Houston Texans.
Okay, and at 35.
Yeah,
So they're gonna break that record. They're gonna be the worst defense in history
that's crazy.
of a long-standing team, at least.
I mean, if they can hold this up for the rest of the year, that's
They will.
good job, Sean.
I saw rumors that they're looking to trade Patrick Surtain, so looking to get even worse on defense.
Yeah. What are they doing? man?
For my last play, I'll go with the Lions -3 versus Tampa Bay. I think Baker Mania is over. They don't have much fight left. The Lions have looked great. They control both lines of scrimmages on their offense and defense. Sorry that I picked against them with the Panthers. That was a straight donation station.
I told you that was a donation last week. The Lions are just too good. They're too good this year. I picked them to win that division before the season started, and I wish I put more money on it. I mean, that was looking like one of the easiest plays. They're the best team in that division by far.
Yeah, for sure.
Tampa Bay. I mean, I think you forgot that they took this week off, and they won before that, right? So
they took it. Did they?
It was their bye week this week.
Yeah,
I just
know it was their
forget
bye
about
week.
teams when it's a bye week.
They
We'll
don't
see.
exist.
Yeah, we'll see when they get back. All right, so for our NFL plays, that rounds it out. We both have the Bears money line. I got them +2.5 as well. I got the 49ers 5.5 point favorites against the Browns. Dolphins 2 touchdown favorites against the Panthers. Cowboys Chargers over 50.5, and Patriots Raiders under 41.5. While you have the Commanders money line at the Falcons breaking the Desmond Ritter streak. The Jaguars 4.5 point favorites against the Colts. Chiefs Broncos over 47.5. Love that play. And the Lions -3 against Tampa Bay. I think that's a good card there. Much better than last week's. I trust it more. All right, moving on. In college football, we have one common play. You guys can probably guess this one. It's Penn State, 42.5-point favorites against UMass. James Franklin knows the spread every week. He knows exactly how much Penn State has to win by to make the boosters happy and cash their bet slips, right? The guy has covered 11 straight. I think that's a factual statement.
11? Yeah, it's 10. I think 10 or 11.
Yeah. It's just incredible numbers.
For a while. Yeah. UMass, I looked at their schedule. They don't have any impressive performances. They're allowing on average, 30 points, it seems.
Ooh, they allow 52 to Arkansas State. Do you think we're as good as Arkansas State? 41 to Miami, Ohio. 41 to Toledo. These are all at home, by the way. All home games that they're allowing this.
Yes, all home games. People came into their house and beat them that bad.
And we pay them to come to our house, right? And lose.
Yeah. So I don't. This won't be much contest. We'll probably put up about 60.
Yeah, 60 is I think the winning margin.
Oh well, we should maybe get another shot.
Yeah,
our defense is that good.
63-0 is my final score of the game. That our defense is actually, I think, the best defense in college football. Simply put, I haven't seen somebody outperform, but the real test will be next week. Ohio State in the shoe.
We'll beat Ohio State. I'm not worried about Ohio State.
Michigan at home is.
Don't
say you're not worried about Ohio State, dude. When's the last time we won in the shoe?
We're going to do it next week.
I hope so. I really hope so.
I'm confident. We're going to blow them out.
Okay.
We're blowing out Ohio State.
Okay. All right. I'll bet the -14 alt spread with you. Plus 3,000. Oh. But yeah, next play, I got another cash cow who just keeps delivering. I mean, I skipped on them a couple weeks recently because I thought they weren't going to deliver with a couple injuries. But Florida State against Syracuse. Syracuse just lost, I think, by 30 or so to North Carolina. Florida State's a better team than North Carolina. So I think they'll hang about the same amount on Syracuse, and the cash cow will cash once more.
I like that play. I'm definitely going to tell that with you. Got to keep my cash cows.
You keep riding the cash cows till they, at least don't pay out once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the last play, we both have a play on this game, so I'll let you get into yours after I talk about mine. The Oregon this is the game of the week. This is the game of the year so far. I mean,
oh yeah, it's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
Oregon, Washington, over 67.5 is my play. We just have two amazing quarterbacks going at it. I think it's going to be a shootout with both teams close to in the 40s. You can see 80 points here.
Yeah, I think this is definitely going to be a shootout. I love this play. I'm going with Oregon +3. I think that offensive line is just going to be too much for Washington. I think they're going to be able to run the ball on them. I think this is another matchup where it's the finesse team versus the power team, and I think Oregon comes out.
I could see that as well. I mean, they own the trenches. We saw that against Colorado, and it's just going to be, can Michael Penix put on a Heisman performance? And if he can, he's going to be easily the front runner for the Heisman if he's not already.
Yeah. It's crazy, like, sitting at right now, all the Heismans are going to have to play each other, all the candidates.
Because they're all in the Pac-12. Yeah, and speaking of another Heisman candidate, your last play?
Yeah, I'm going with USC +2.5. I'm taking this for one, Caleb Williams. I think he's still my Heisman. So I think at the end of the day, Caleb will make a play to get USC to win. And Notre Dame has looked sloppy the last couple of weeks, coming off this loss, 10 men on the field, last two plays at Ohio State. I don't think they come out ready.
USC also had 10 men on the field for the Arizona field goal.
Are you kidding me? What is going
For the last 2 plays of that game, USC also had 10 men on the field.
Oh man, should I change the whole pick?
Yeah, I looked at this game, and if I had to pick a side, I'm with you. I'm taking the underdog USC. I'm taking the points, but I'm not doing it because USC's defense is abysmal. They are so bad. They let up a ridiculous amount of points to Colorado, who, Oregon basically shut out. And then they almost lost to Arizona. They almost lost that game. I don't know why Arizona is not going for 2 when they have the opportunity to beat USC.
I don't know either, but that goes back to Caleb. He's got to make a play, and he does make a play. He puts them in those situations. And when you got a player that good, you can just ride him, at least in college,
But go back to this game. I'm putting myself into the coach of Arizona's shoes. All right.
Yeah.
We just scored a touchdown in, I think, the second overtime to catch back up, right? USC already scored theirs. Now I scored mine. I can kick the extra point and send it to third overtime and give the ball to Caleb Williams, the last Heisman winner, or I can keep it in my hands and force that garbage USC defense to make a play and end the game. Which one are you picking?
That comes down to confidence in your offensive players, right?
I think
you don't have the confidence that they'll make one play when you give them one chance to make a play.
When they put up 42 points already in the game, I would have trusted them. Watching how that game went, I would have trusted my offense over trusting my defense against Caleb Williams, for sure.
Yeah.
Just a bad coaching choice, and they could have ended USC season right there.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
True. That's how it goes. That's why Arizona's Arizona. All right, that's our college plays. We got Penn State 42.5 point favorites against UMass at home.
Not even say the number.
Yeah, I don't think we said the number. 42.5 point favorites. They're winning by 60. Then we got Florida State on my side, 17.5 point favorites against Syracuse, and the Oregon-Washington game over 67.5. Well, you have Oregon 3-point underdogs against Washington and USC 2.5 point underdogs against Notre Dame. Also like these picks. We got a good card going here. Ready to move into the parlays. You want to give us your plus 1,000?
Yes. This one got a hit for me, Oof. Getting so close.
Cutting down the legs.
Here. I'm saying?
You're cutting down the legs so that you less chance that you miss one.
You peeped that. Yeah, so we're going with 3 legs here. We got the 49ers minus 5.5. We already went over that. And then I'm going to take an alt line on the Cowboys. I'm going to buy 4 points, sell 4 points to the 6.5 versus the Chargers. And then the Bengals minus 2.5 versus the Seahawks. So, for a second week in a row, they're going to show us. And that's at plus 926.
Yeah, I like all 3 of those plays. I have nothing against any of those plays.
Surprised by that Chargers line.
Yeah.
I guess it's a reaction to the Cowboys losing, but the Cowboys have looked, even when you add the thumping, they have looked better than the Chargers all season.
Yeah, and they look good against Charger-type teams. So I think they'll hang 40 on them like they usually do against teams like that. All right, good, solid parlay, and it almost gets to the plus 1,000. I got all money lines. I'm going to keep it simple. Last week I went 2-4. This week I'm cutting it down to 5 teams. Lions money line against the Bucks. We talked about that. Bengals money line against the Seahawks. I hope they can repeat. They're at home. Please do it in front of the home crowd. Don't make them boo you again. We got the Jags money line against the Colts. We already went through that. Raiders money line against the Pats. That's just the fate of the Pats. And We just talked about the Cowboys. Cowboys only minus 126 money line against the Chargers. That might be a straight nuke for me. It might, like, Cowboys minus 126 might be a 4-unit straight play for me, straight up.
Yeah, it's a great straight play. It's a great money line opportunity. Yeah.
That's just not enough. They're not taking enough cents off my dollar for me not to bet that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that puts me at plus 1049 and hopefully a completely green bet slip.
Yeah. And for my plus 500, a little bit under at 484. We're taking the Saints minus 1.5 versus the Texans. We got the Lions money line against the Bucks. And then we got the Jags and Indy under 46.5. I expect the Colts offense to struggle a little bit against the Jags. And the Indy defense has been playing hard. So I got under 46.
Okay. Yeah. I don't agree with the Saints play, but other than that, I'm on board with you. I feel like might be valuing the Saints a little bit too much for destroying the Patriots last week. Is Derek Carr back?
Derek Carr is back.
Okay. I like that play a little bit more. Okay. Yeah. I would still take the Texans.
Yeah, this was a game that it was a toss up for me, but I'm thinking the Saints defense on the combination of the Saints offense getting back Alvin Kamara and Derrick Henry for a couple weeks now. I think they take it.
Yeah,
we also have to remember that this Texan team was garbage and they didn't do much to fix it in the offseason.
That's true. That's true. CJ Stroud, wait, they did do a lot to fix it. They drafted CJ Stroud, who has not thrown an interception yet 5 weeks through.
Yeah, they got a golden boy.
They got a golden boy, and that's the only reason I'm betting the Texans. Otherwise, you're right. The Saints defense is the way to play this. But yeah, moving on to my plus 500. I have two underdogs, one going directly against your Saints play. I got the Texans money line, Bears money line, and the 49ers money line against the Browns. That puts me at plus 557. I don't see the 49ers or Bears giving me any issues, and I'm just taking the other side of the coin with the Texans. Maybe one of us will hit because of that.
Yeah. I like it. Other than the Saints play, 49ers, I think that's an easy win over the Browns. And yeah, the Bears, I also have that play.
Yeah, we're going to be sitting here next week, and the Saints will have won by one, and all the other plays hit.
They'll win by one.
They're going to win by one, and all the other plays hit.
I would be devastated.
I can promise you that's what we're going to be doing here next week. That's the way this goes. You and I know that.
Oh, man.
All right, that rounds out the parlays. And now the Frisky 15 this week. We only have two teams on bye. We are in agreement on the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bears, the 49ers, Dolphins, Jaguars, Bengals, Raiders, Lions, Rams, Eagles, Bills, and Cowboys. A lot of favorites this week. I mean, there really weren't many underdogs that I liked this week at all, except here are our differences. I like the Texans as an underdog, and you like the Commanders as an underdog over the Falcons.
Yeah.
Right? We talked about both those games, but those are our only two differences this week.
Yeah, so let's hope for, a clean 10 games. And hopefully if it comes down to the two, let's not split the baby. Let's one of us get it.
Yeah, one of us please get it if it's there. If it's like a Texans and Commanders deal, it's over with. But yeah, that rounds out the show. Anything else for the people, Rob?
Nothing else for you.
Nothing else. Yeah, go Penn State. Win by 60. I'm gonna take that minus 60 alt line. So see you at the counter cash in that.
I'm good. I'm good. The 42.5 was enough for me.
Yeah, I'm not taking that. I'm kidding.
Am I really gonna bet a 42.5? But it's so clear.
Oh man. But yeah, that's the show, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to follow us on all the socials, like, comment, subscribe to this video. And yeah, we will see you next week.
See you next week. What's up?